Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to show you how to make your Windows computer look like an Apple Mac. Now let's get into it. Okay, now let's get into it, changing this boring desktop into a Mac OS lookalike. Okay, this is the first program that I would recommend install for making your computer look like Mac OS. What this does is it allows you to change your taskbar, your start menu, and many other things, but this is what I just recommend for so much customizability just for these things. I also forgot to mention that some of these programs I will show you may be a little heavy on your computer, but most low tier and middle tier computers should be able to handle them quite easily. Now that I open up the file, I'll show you how to install the program just for the task manager, and then we'll be set and fine when it's done installing. The installation of this program is really easy. You just click install after you double click the first thing you download, and then you just click install again, and then after a couple of minutes or even a couple seconds it's done. So it's not that difficult at all. Before we dive into this program, I would like to recommend, because this is going to be changing your taskbar quite a bit depending on what you use, you go down here to settings, taskbar settings, and then taskbar behaviors, and then automatically hide it. This also improves it more, like make it looking like Mac OS, and it just makes it more cleaner when you're trying to focus on something and it goes down like that. Okay, so I did now just remove some mods that I did have installed on this, which I'm going to teach you how to install, which is how this whole program works, and how we can first customize this desktop and make it look much. So first, what you want to do is go to Explore in the top right corner, and then you want to try and find Windows 11 Taskbar Styler. And look at that, it's right there. Then go to Details, and then Install, Accept Risk, and Install. It's nothing bad, don't worry. But if we wait for it to install, you can see all the themes we got. Now we got Dock-like, Translucent, which is basically making it invisible. And then you got Squircle. There's more, but I'm just waiting for it to install. Okay, now that that's done, we got Matter, you can Windows XP, even Bubbles, and Windows Vista if you want to go back that far. And we have all these other ones. So what we're going to do is going to go to Home, Details, Settings, and then Theme. Now what personally to me, what I think is the most closest to a Mac OS is if you click None and then you go down all the way to, if we can scroll down, Window Glass, and then Save Settings. And then after that, when you look at your taskbar, that's how it looks like. Now I have noticed with this program, the search bar at the bottom gets a little like squished and glitched sometimes if you have too many icons on the bottom. So I recommend not having more than about 5 to 6 icons on the bottom, or then it'll have the 3 dots and you can actually access more. But this will look all weird unless you don't want that. Then just, turn it off, and then that should fix some problem. But I like to keep it like that, making it look, whoops, it didn't show up, let's look at that. Well, I would have it like, if it wants to, yeah, like that. So sometimes that might be a little glitchy, or if you want to keep your search looking like that, or if you don't. And now next we're going to customize this menu, the start menu, which we go to Explore, and then right here, Windows 11 Start Menu, Details, Install, Accept Risk, and Install. And then let's just wait for this now. Okay, now that that's also done, back to Home, and then Windows 11, Start Menu Stylers. I was looking at the wrong one. Then Details, Settings, Theme, and this one, there's a lot of them that you could say look like Mac OS. Like Only Search, I believe, is very like just direct, like, yeah. No, that's not it though. You'd most likely want, I believe it's Rose Pine. I haven't done this in a long time, but nope. See, some of these are a little like messed up, but other than that, they do work really well if you're able to find one that actually works like that. That's Windows 11 and Windows 10 combined right there, if I've ever seen it. And then you got, this is supposed to be a translucent one, which I haven't actually tried yet. Doesn't look bad though. I believe this is what I had on my last computer. So I think let's just stick with this one if that's one you're feeling. Or I believe there's There's a lot of them. You can cycle through whichever one looks best to your liking. But I will probably keep it on the one I showed you earlier, which was, if I can find it, okay. Transition start menu is the one I'm going to have because I think it looks most closest to a see-through as like iOS 26 design, and that is how I am going to keep it. Took me a bit to find it there. And then our last thing that we're going to change is how our Windows apps have like a slight invisible see-through tint to them. Now, your computer may not show it up perfectly, but neither does mine. It may be a Windows error or something else, but let's first go to, if I can find it, Windows, no, might be, it's either this or this, but you can go with either one. I'm going to go with translucent windows and details, and then you see that's what it's supposed to look like right here. So you completely see through like iOS 26, which is what I'm going off of my computer for. And then when that's done, just like that, you go to the same thing, settings, effects I believe it was, and then let's just click blur, and then let's go into file manager, and that is how it's going to look. Now this is what happened with my computer. The words don't pop up. It's kind of glitched out, and not the whole thing is see-through, so it kind of looks funky. So what I try and do is I would go through, I believe it was this one, just the backdrop, and no. If one of these is it, it does the only top part of the task manager, like I believe it was this, I think. So if we go to the home screen, yeah, I believe it was this, where you still get a slight see-through tint but doesn't make anything messed up. I don't know why the normal background doesn't show up on my computer, but that might be an issue if you're using the same one. I've tried other ones and this is the same thing that happens. I am using Windows 25H2 now, just got updated. But yeah, that is for Windhawk, how to make it for that part like iOS 26. Now let's move on to the next part. Okay, now for the last part of this video, you have two ways of doing it. One, the easy, simple, and free way, which is go on a website and download any Apple wallpaper you want or Mac wallpaper and set that as your desktop background. But after that, it's kind of bland, but it is the cheapest way. So you can have it look like that if you want to, but in a bit I'll show you something that's better, but you do have to pay about $5. Okay. Now we're going to take a quick trip to Steam, then Wallpaper Engine, and then it's going to show $5 for you probably if you haven't bought it, but you want to go to there, buy it, and then over here you want to click Workshop, and then tap Apple or iPhone, whatever you want, and then after tap Apple, look for anything that has, the Apple logo and anything that looks, I would say, macOS or cool. Like I saw this one that was kind of rainbowy, and I was like, that's pretty okay. And then I was like, this one, that's a thumbnail. You want to click subscribe, and then that downloads it. They're relatively small, about like 20 megabytes. I think the most I ever saw was like 60. And then you click the one you want, and then you either click OK or cancel. And then after that, your wallpaper is set. And so that is how your wallpaper will look for $5 extra. And there's a whole nother suite of them. There's like 5 million different types of wallpapers for Wallpaper Engine. And you can just do a lot of things and make it look extremely cool. And that is the end of this tutorial. I hope you liked it, and I really hope that you have a good rest of your day or night. This is the first time I've used a professional video editing software, so tell me in the comments if it is better or worse than I used to do. Hopefully it's a little better, but subscribe, leave a like if you enjoy, it'll help. And I'll upload more when I do. So talk to you later. See you later. Goodbye.